Okay. Semper Gumby was starting to get a little
Fun.
Welcome everybody. And as you can see here, Gumby has started to cause his shenanigans. So, but I refuse to put it up tonight. So we are live, we are ready to go, and well, I got us. Let's do it again because you missed it. Let's do it again.
I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
All right, let's try this again. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin Television episode 190. 190, man, we're down to the last 10 episodes before the big 200 episode show. I am Raymond. I am Raymond, and I am ruler of the Best Pod in YouTube and author of the Dolphin Wars series of books. And welcome to the Best Pod in YouTube. I hope you're all doing well. We've got another interview tonight. Please give a King Dolphin welcome to Shawn Carter, the sci-fi model guy. Hello, Shawn. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well now that Gumby's been slapped back.
What Gumby do? Or we're not allowed to talk about it?
Well, I was trying to get on and I hit the button and nothing is happening. And Sandra's over there and a friend's behind me saying, get on the show, getting on the show, doing the cell phone thing, and I'm going, I'm trying. I'm getting an error message. So yes, Gumby has struck, and hopefully he's only struck once. So hopefully we've got the shenanigans done. So
okay.
So before we get started, as always, if you all like what we're doing here at the pod, if you love these interviews and the fun we have at the pod, please like and subscribe. Also, if you know anyone I should interview, please send me their names so I could reach out for them. Also, I'll be doing some other neat and nifty things as this wonderful stream, as this wonderful community continues to grow and be great. I'm planning lots of other things to do in the future. So let us, before we get with the interviews, let me welcome who all we've got here. We have out in the chat, we've been invaded by rabbits. The Wascally Rabbits, we've got Jack Rabbit, Private Eye, and we also have our own Killer Rabbit from space. So yes, I guess Bunny Mom has sent them out to us, and so we welcome the rabbits. And then my amazing wrenches, the people who keep the community going here, slapping back malicious and vicious creatures. My wrenches. Starting off with Sandra, the one that was just recently pulling out her hair because nothing was happening and Gumby was decided to strike. My producer, my better half. Love you, baby. we had doing a drive-by, and we'll listen to the recall, the amazing, the magnificent Fet for Hire. Hail Fet.
Hello, Fet for Hire.
And you could see the resulting product here on the splash page. What'd you think of it, Shawn?
I think it's great. Talk about quick turnaround. Fet's awesome.
Yes, he is.
He's helped me with my channel a little bit, doing some help with getting video edits and stuff like that.
Yeah,
all around great guy.
Yes, he is. Just be careful if he's quiet in a stream. You know something dangerous is coming.
Yeah.
You know something dangerous is coming, and I've been victimized a lot by Fet, but he's a great guy. We've got John Fez for Hire. Hello, John. How are you? We've got Legatus Legionai, the first one, the last out, the one with the amazing questions, who I know is going to be bringing the A game, tonight.
Fading.
And then we have Pudgy Hedgehog. Hello, Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures.
Hello, Pudgy.
He's hugging everybody. He's out in the chat, ready to cavort and probably play with some of the models. And then Carla Burton just came in. She's only going to be listening in a moment, but can't wait to see the modeling.
Hi, Carla.
No, you're going to wait. You've got to wait, Laganas. Patience. I got to ask the questions first. You know the rules. I know. So, and last, but certainly not least, the hardest working bear on the internet and elsewhere, destroyer of seals. Snort Pupas. Cuba.com. Oh, can't wait to see the models.
You cannot eat them.
Ah.
Well, they get stuck in your throat.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So, okay. Yes, John.com. All right. So, as usual, here's what we're going to do, and I know this will not last, is I will ask questions. And hello, Admiral Teague. How are you, sir?
Admiral Teague, hello.
It's good to have you here. Yes. So I'll ask questions to break the ice, and so the chat can get to know Shawn, and then we will let the question, leave it out to the chat. We will leave it out to the chat to ask questions. Can I get the last 10 minutes of my life back? Okay. Hello, GS. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the show. Okay. Let me just all right. So let us begin the interview. All right. So, Shawn, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, it all began in 1974 in Santa Monica, where I was born to my parents, Glenn and Sue. Or am I not going back that far?
Well, no, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Essentially about me, I was born and raised in Southern California and moved out here to Central Texas last year. Just kind of life took us out here, and just been living life out here. My main day job is I work for a security company, and I do data analysis, build databases and reports and financial analytics, all kinds of nerdy stuff like that. I love to use Excel, build databases, working with some automation stuff right now, which is kind of cool. In the evening, as a lot of you probably have seen me in the chat, I deliver pizza as a second job, and that's kind of fun, but it does get a little bit tiring. Just doing it to, stay on top of this inflation and stay ahead of the game. Other than that, I'm just a normal guy. I played a lot of baseball when I growing up and even into adulthood. Stopped playing about 5 years ago, and it's added up here. And obviously I like to build models. So
yeah, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to see. Okay. So what made you decide to start building models?
Well, I was always interested in them as a little kid. I tried to, get, I think my first one was an F-16, and I thought it was cool because Top Gun had come out. And I wanted to, or was that F-14? F-14 was Top Gun. Right? F-14, yeah. And I thought it was really neat, but like every little kid, probably everyone on here who tried to build a model, I used way too much glue and didn't know what I was doing. And it turned into a big mess. And then I forget what it was. I think it was like 2016 or something. I'm like, I'm going to try my hand at models again. And I got a Battlestar Galactica Viper and built that just with some spray paint, very little materials. It was a simple kit and I loved it. And just from there, just started getting a little bit more and a little bit more. And then when we were finally fortunate enough to purchase a home a few years ago, and I had a garage, so I was able to set up a little hobby center. So I got an airbrush and I got all the tools and stuff that I needed and learned how to do lighting, and here I am.
Good. Yeah, I did models back in the day, and my biggest problem is I'm not a patient person. I want to see a finished product. And I, as you said, use a lot of glue.
Yeah, you think, the more I put, it's going to stick more if I use more.
Tube glue is the bane of existence.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then I actually tried having my cousin build, who was a better model builder than myself, build models. He actually built me the Spindrift.
What is that?
From Land of the Giants.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that, but is it like their ship or?
Yeah, it was their ship.
Oh, cool.
It was their ship. And then I think that was about it for building models. He passed away when I went into the Air Force right at a few years after I went in. And then, so yes, I know about the bane of glue, and I never even got into the painting.
Yeah,
I like my models naked,
for lack of a better term. The good news is a lot of the kits nowadays come pre-colored, and a lot of them are just snapped together, so you don't have to worry about painting if you don't want to.
That's true.
It's a great time to be getting into the hobby.
Okay. So let's continue. So what made you want to be a creator? We answered that. How long have you been doing it without dating yourself?
Well, I already said the year I was born, but I off and on through the years, like I said, I think it was around 2016, 17 is when I picked it up again. Prior to that, I had done a couple of enterprise kits and stuff and just used spray paint and, nothing too fancy. But seriously, I've been doing it probably for the last 2.5 to 3 years is when I've really gained whatever tiny bit of skill that I have. But it's hard. And I know Herc is out there, I think, and would probably agree that the glue is the bane the bane of the existence.
Yes.
Yeah. But one of your questions was like about being a creator. I mean, was that about YouTube creator or?
Yeah. What made you decide on a YouTube channel?
Oh, that I kind of just came to me around January. I was, I put this garage together in here. It was empty when we got the house. I built my little hobby station, and I said, you know what, it'd kind of be fun to go on to YouTube, but I don't know what my niche would be. I love people and I love talking, and so I started thinking, like, what do I like to do? Why don't I just make that my YouTube channel? So I just decided to do that. And if I'm ever lucky enough to be monetized, my hope is just to have my hobby support itself.
That would be nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's turned out to be fun.
Okay. So, right. We're gonna go throughout the chat. We'll show the pictures.
Oh, cool.
We'll show your pictures. So estimate, how many models do you currently have? Has it gotten to the point where your wife's ready to throw some out, or
well, you see
throw you out to make room?
you see here, I'm in the garage and where the models are. So
yeah,
they're not allowed in the house. I have two in the house, and one of, oh darn, I forgot to take a picture of it. I've got one in the house that is a model of the aircraft carrier my father served on in the Navy. It was the USS Oriskany, which is now off the coast of Florida as an artificial reef. So it's she's still serving. Dad was really sad when they sank her, and he started crying. He's, oh, it's my ship. I'm like, Dad, at least she's not scrapped. She's still down there serving a purpose, and veterans dive down there, and it's and that made him feel better. So I have that, and I have no, that's the only one. That's all I've been allowed to have. Everything else is behind me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when the max useful load of the house gets exceeded, the wife has to say,
yeah. But you asked for I'd say maybe 20, maybe. I mean, here and there, I've got some little ones scattered around. But yeah, I am by no means, I am absolutely barred from making any interior decorating decisions. But I have the outside. She's got the inside.
Okay. Let's see. Will you stop? Okay. Again, we're going to look at your, so I know a lot of us, we'll put that up, John. I know a lot of us have gone with built models, throwing models against the wall. Maybe I had a couple, 3 that were that came out adequate. But what do you usually do as your process to build models? And maybe that'd be a good spot to show your workshop.
Okay. Well, the first thing I do is I go over to the pile of kits that I have against the wall, and I pick one that I've had for about 3 years. And that's kind of a modeler's joke, or anyone who's into a hobby knows that the stuff that you work on, you bought several years ago. There's that you go to your collection and you pick one out. So that's usually just the first thing. And then you take it out, you examine the pieces and check for errors. Oh yeah, there's my workshop. You check for some goofs on there, make sure everything's intact, make sure you have all the pieces, and then you wash them off. I do them. Well, wait, I take that back. I don't wash them off right away. I'll clip off the big pieces, and then I'll use like a Brillo pad or something to scuff them up a little bit, because that tends to get some of the finish off of the plastic, and it allows it to accept paint a little bit better. And then I take it. Oh, thanks, John. And then I take it over to the sink and I wash everything off with like warm water and soap. Gets all the little oils and things that were from the factory off, and that helps with the paint bond. But yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, this stuff I built all this. This garage was bare when we moved in here, so I
Take care, Tony.
Hey, Tony. I
Take
didn't see
care,
what you
and
said.
we'll talk. Hope you enjoy the rewind. You will. Love you too. Okay, so there is your workshop.
Yeah, and I have an Enterprise C up there, and I've got there's my stuffed pigeon is on the top.
Okay, the stuffed pigeon, huh?
Yeah, his name is Artie.
Artie, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, your mascot.
Yeah, well, there's a story behind him.
Uh-huh.
It's a segue story, but I can tell that later if we
Okay.
need it.
And you know that once you cut things off the spines, you're gonna have holes. So you gotta fix when you fix the holes, fill the holes. But that you gotta glue, and then there's glue.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times when you take them off when you're talking the spine, you're talking about the sprues, which are the framework of those are the sprues. And then what you do need is a good set of, whoops, sorry. And I took some of my tools out here to show. So I have these. These are a real nice set of nippers, which are very important for a modeler. And you snip them off, and then you use sanding sticks and needles, and you smooth out those things that you cut off.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's the difference between an established model maker and guys like me who want to
just break them off.
Yeah. And then later go to die cast.
Well, there's some cool die cast stuff too. Was it not Eagle Moss? Was it Eagle Moss? That they're releasing some stuff, and you order them, and you get pieces of them every month or something, and you put these things together.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're just talking about a die cast like a truck or a ship, or
well, me it's airplanes. So
okay,
I've got die cast airplanes, and of course the micro machines. Oh, those were good. I cried when they stopped. A grown man crying.
Somewhere I have a big box full of the Star Trek ones. They were so cool.
Oh, I know where mine are at. They're down in my basement. Again, max useful. And I have a few here. I have a few on my desk that I look at and yes. So okay, let's go back to the questions. Not many more. Okay. If you could put in the back in the private chat your channel or any social media, and we'll put it out during the chat.
Yeah, sure. I will.
Okay. Do you custom made or like kit bash?
No, I'm currently kind of doing something like that, but not to the extent of like the one that you showed me that Lenrod did, who's got Lenrod is doing this.
Hail our very own Lenrod.
And I think Herc 130 is a regular around the ways. I don't know if you know Herc, but he's a modeler too. And he's also
yeah. Well, for those who haven't seen it, this is what we're talking about from Lenrod. Let's see. It doesn't really do good on the. I may have to take a picture of this and actually, why don't we?
I would love to see a close-up photo of that. That would be really neat. I'd like to see that.
Sure. I may do that right now. Let's see. Let's figure out how to do this. I know. That's why I have a producer. Hold on. Producer, can you take a picture of a couple things and email them to me? Okay.
So, real quick, a question here. So, if I go to another tab, I'm in StreamYards right now. Is that going to like cut my connection out, or am I okay?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. But you had asked me about if I'd done some kit bashing. No, just a very little bit. I would love to get into it. The folks from Echo Base Network. I think Nick is his name. He
Yeah,
had
Nick.
asked if I could make him some kind of a TIE fighter that had 3 wing things on it, and I had to say no because I'm not that experienced yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think I've gone through the. Okay, as I'm waiting for that, I'm waiting for the picture. Let's see. Snorter Pooper says partial Sandra sighting. She's using the cloaking device. Yeah, she's. I think we are at the point where we can let the chat go after you.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So,
Well, I
chat.
see some. Yeah.
Chat. You are. Here is. I'm going to put out before we get started. Here is where you can go to see the channel for Shawn. There is his channel. There you go. I gotta make sure I'm subscribed. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm subscribed to so many things.
Let me see.
Ooh. All right, done.
Oh, cool. Did you get me closer to 500 just now? Yes, you did. Thank you. 442.
Hey. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the top. I
like what John said.
I'm going back to the top. Okay. Yes, Legatus. Yes, Legatus. There we go. Questions. All right. So I'm going back to the back. Let's see. Okay. Snorter Pooper says, I like model, but they're not the kind of models I like to eat. All right, Snort. No seal shenanigans. Okay. Let's see. Admiral Teague says, delivering pizza is the work of the Lord. I agree, totally.
Unfortunately, it's not the kind of delicious pizza that Admiral Teague's used to in New York.
Nature's most perfect food.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. There's our first question. Lagana says, is it the original Battlestar Galactica Viper or the reboot?
Oh, the original. The reboots are cool, but I was all about the retro stuff.
Yeah. I've done my share of I've done my share of the of the original. In fact, I've got a Battlestar Galactica down in my basement.
The Battlestar itself model kit?
Yes.
Oh, I've been looking for one of those. In fact, over there on my stack, I have a Cylon Raider that I picked up at a model shop. That's it was like the 30th anniversary version of it or something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I want one of those. I want to light an original BSG.
Yeah, they're not easy to find anymore.
No, they're quite expensive, and that's the thing is on my channel. What I've been trying to do is I'm trying to build kits that are available because I'm geared more toward the beginner. I'm not even close to what I'd call an expert. So I would call myself maybe an advanced beginner compared to stuff that I've seen. It's just ungodly what some people can do. So on my channel, I try to build kits that you can buy now. You know, I try not to go back and do retro stuff because I want people to be able to follow along with me.
Yeah. Now, do you actually, on your channel, show, are you like a cooking show where you actually show the process, like I'm putting piece A to piece B together?
Yes, but not for every piece of the kit. So what I try to do is show enough of each part of the process for the beginner. So for instance, I will discuss, here's how to take the pieces off of the sprue. So what I'll take one sprue and cut them off and sand them down and get them kit and say, okay, that's how you do it. But I don't record all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, I am sending pictures. I should have them momentarily.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go back to the questions. Okay. Yeah, I've done a Viper. I've done a Cylon Raider way back in the day. Okay. I used a lot of glue too, and Snort says I used a lot of glue too. Some of it even ended up on the model.
Yeah.
I've
had this happen before. I had this happen the other day where he had to get.
I want to know how he has to get the glue off his fur. That's the part.
Well, that's where you need stuff called uncure.
John says Walther's Goo, worst adhesive ever made.
Walther's Goo, never heard of it.
Killer Rabbit says I hated painting models. Me too. I even invested in a airbrush kit, and it's still just lack of patience. And
that never, I don't think it'll ever go away. Even me knowing I have to be patient and take my time, I think it's a natural tendency for us to want to get through stuff or get through the parts that we don't like, because I frequently have to remind myself to stop and slow down. Yeah.
And do you have a web page or Facebook where you have your various models on display?
No, I don't. I've been asked a couple of times for an Instagram, so I think I'm going to have to make one at some point. But no, not right now. I don't.
Okay. I'm going to put this next question out, and then I'm going to pop up a random model.
Okay. Cool.
Tester's model glue. It's more fun than a barrel of sawdust.
Yeah.
Oh, and he says you need to file an environmental impact statement with the wife.
It depends on how much I get on my clothes. But that's one of the things. That's why I'm out here in the garage doing it. So that way I don't. But sometimes I'll forget to shut the garage door because it's connected to the house, and someone will walk home and go, "It smells like paint." Oops.
Okay, let's see. I'm curious about this. Yes. Before we go to the models, I'm curious about that. So let's go to %. Okay, what's that?
Oh, that's just a power supply. So I turned it on just so you could see it, and that's what I use to test my lighting and to make sure everything's functioning. I used to just connect everything to a 9-volt battery. I had a little 9-volt battery and little things, and that just got frustrating having to replace them. So I bought this little guy. I think it was about $85, and it's just a way for me to easily control. So right there, it set it about 9 volts.
Okay.
And don't really know how to use it other than turning a couple of the dials.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, and about that, if anyone here is going to get one, I can't pull it out over here, but if anyone's going to get one of those, make sure you tape down or secure your positive and negative wires, and you don't want them to touch.
Ow.
Which I've done. It's like Ghostbusters. You don't cross the streams. Yeah, and because I did have a meltdown, and I did it on camera. And the cool thing is like that. Kind of going to the channel is I leave that stuff in. If I make a mistake or I screw something up royally, I leave it in because I'm learning still, and I want other people to learn. And there's no way to learn except by failing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of like the little approach I'm trying to do with my channel that's different than some of the others, which there's some great modeling sites out there. But yeah, I'm just trying to show, hey, this is where I messed up and here's how I fixed it.
Okay.
And I, of course, cut out the swear words. I'm kidding. I don't swear. Inside I get mad, but I'm trying to keep calm, and it does help me. The fact that I'm filming it, and I'm okay. All right, that was a meltdown.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to another question from our chat. All right. I've got pictures coming out all over the place. That's good. Legata says, I've seen Christmas tree decorations that included sci-fi ships. Have you thought about sneaking those in? Oh, you mean the hallmarks?
Oh, those are cool. I mean, like, do they have them that you can build?
I don't know.
They put that in the chat. I mean, if they do, that'd be cool. I would love to know that.
Yeah. Put that out there. What you mean, Legatus? Snort says, I used to have a ton of models, but when I moved out of the bird parents' home, I put them in a Foot Locker and moved it into the attic. Not that one. I came home on a visit and said I was going to take Foot Locker with me, but it had been thrown out. Oh no. Oh.
And that was the last time Snortapoopus talked to his parents.
Yes. Yeah, that would be at a level of my dad throwing away my old comic books.
Oof. Yeah, have you guys all heard Mexican Iron Man story about that? He had a box of old comics, like we're talking classic Supermans and Batmans, and it was in the attic in a box, and his abuelita or auntie threw it away.
Yep. Well, I took a hiatus from collecting comic books, and next thing I know, they were all gone. My dad hated them. Okay. Legata says, have you ever made a model from scratch, not from a kit set?
Yeah, no, and that's what we were talking about, like kit bashing, or maybe, well, it's not really kit bashing, but making from scratch. However, I just had an idea from the last question about the little ornaments. You gave me a great idea as to maybe make it just spurred on my brain. Like maybe I can make some little decorations, like tree decorations, and light them up or something, or put a little tiny battery and show people how to do that. Like scratch build some little enterprises or something.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. That's a good idea. Thanks, Legatus.
Yes. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good model. Right here. Okay. Let's share this one. Tell us about this one.
The Enterprise, that's a 650 scale model from AMT. So it's about, I think, 18 inches long, maybe 15. And if you look there on the back and at the warp engine, you'll see the blue light. Now, I know that's not canon. And I made one of these for Mexican Iron Man, the same version. You know, I lit the warp engines with blue. I know it's not in the show, but to me, it just fits. You know, it looks cool, so I just decided to do it. So that is one I made right before I did this channel. I'd say, okay, let me try to really get one of these going nicely, and then once this one came out nice, that's when I made the decision to go forward with the channel and see how well I would do.
Okay.
So that's a pretty important one for me.
So it's like one of the first ones that you did.
Well, no, it's not. I had lit a couple of other models. No, in fact, I take that back. The Enterprise E in there I did before this one. But the Enterprise E, if we get to that picture, there's some flaws in it. And so this one, I kind of did something a little different with this, lighting the nacelles. So yeah, in a way, it's the first better grade model, I guess you could say. I put a lot more effort into this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an important one. And the ones that are lit all have a little navigation board in there. So there's like the navigation lights will blink. I know you can't see that in here, obviously, but on the channel, when you see the videos, the nav boards, the strobe lights will blink on and off.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to pull one more and we'll go back to questions. Let's see.
And it's that model, by the way, as you're looking for the folks that are watching, that this model is from AMT, and it's a re-release of the kit that they brought out in the 70s. And it's unfortunately a lot of that is from the same molds and the same flaws they had back in the 70s are present in these. So you get a lot of uneven fits and stuff, and you got to do a lot of sanding and stuff. Sometimes it depends on the box you get. You have to do quite a bit of sanding to get it down, and because when they designed these, people didn't light models at the time. You just glued it together and painted it and called it a day. But now with the lighting, it's a little bit hard. So I'm hoping AMT, if you're listening, refurbish that thing.
Yeah,
be nice.
And then here's
yeah. So those are R2D2 and R5D4. And those are from a company called Bandai, Bandai.
Oh yeah, I know Bandai.
Yeah, they're great because you don't have to paint their kits, and they're all snapped together. You build them pretty much like a Lego kit. They're very easy to do. I paint them. I don't know if you can zoom in. I should have done that. Are you able to zoom in on this?
Let's see.
On R2 or?
Let's see if I can or not. Hold on. Let me go to the picture.
There we go. So if you look at R2, I did dirty him up, and it's called weathering. So you put a little bit of grease, a little bit of rust, some running things in there, and it gives him that more lived-in, real approach. And the same with the R5D4. There's some scuffs and dirt that really give it a lot more of a real look. Those models are about 3 inches high. I suppose I could have just taken the model down and held it to the window. But yeah, I really like this R2. He came out really cool. All snapped together. There's no glue. But I did paint all of these specific colors. I didn't use the colors that the plastic came in because it does have a plastic kind of a toy look to it. But yeah, these are fun. Bandai does a lot of Gundam as well. They have some cool kits for Gundam.
Okay. Yeah. Bandai, I've got one die cast thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, they do die cast stuff as well.
Yeah.
They have a Voltron that I want to get. That's so cool.
All right. And since you wanted to see this, I'm going to.
Whoops.
I'm going to. Wait, no, I got it up already. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just fixing. I had almost a disaster. This guy almost fell.
Oh, no.
This is Devastator from the Transformers. Okay. But yeah, anyone who's interested, Bandai makes some cool kits. They're all, like I said, snapped together. All you need is a decent little pair of the snippers like that I have, and you can buy a kit and put them together in a couple of days. No paint required. Oh yeah, they're your.
Yep, there it is.
So what
Fighting
is that
ferret.
thing called? What do you call that?
In my book, it's called the Fighting Ferret. It's an electronic. It's sort of like a wild weasel.
Okay,
Defense suppression.
it's very cool. Can you zoom in on it? I'm
Sure.
so curious about.
Yeah.
You said Lenrod made this, correct?
Yes, Lenron made this.
That is so cool. And they're custom decals too.
Yes, he did those custom decals.
Oh wow! I have some paper where I've made some custom decals before, and I forgot to send you the pictures of it. It was for the USS Doomcock that I made and the Harvey shuttlecraft that I did. But these decals that Lenron did are white, and those are very hard to do. That's impressive.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah. That is so cool. Is Lenrod on? Is he here right now?
I haven't seen him.
When I see him, I'll ask him because I'm curious what the base of this kit was. Because you said you thought it was an F-16.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so neat. I nerd out at what other people do. This makes me feel so bad, like I have no talent at all.
Oh, come on. Where are you? Up there it is. Let's do one more. Stop sharing.
The peeing. Oh, snort. I'm reading Snort's chat.
Yeah, I'm kind of behind. There's the top view.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So did you provide a drawings for him or just kind of?
Actually, no. He took what was in my book and came up with the initial drawings.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then did this. Nice.
So I guess it's a good time for me to mention you brought up your book, and so I have it, and I ordered the second book today, so I'll be getting that on Saturday, and I'm anxious to get it.
Okay.
Now I owe you, and I also owe an apology to Rod Thunderheart because the both of you have been published, and I started reading All's Fair a week and a half ago. And I'm telling you, it's so hard. I'm trying to read through it, and but working almost 80 hours a week and doing stuff on the channel and taking care of home life and all that. It's really hard. So I'm really happy and glad that you broke these chapters into small chunks. So it's like they're anywhere 4 to 9, maybe 10 pages per chapter. Mm-hmm. I really like that. So then I can read and put it down. And go, I got through a chapter, and feel good about. But I'm really enjoying it. And I've read a few other books that were written by people that served in the military, and you can really tell when someone has served because you know what you're talking about. And,
thank you.
And it's very evident. And like when I started reading, you're taking your knowledge of the military and how fighter squadrons work and the organization, and you're putting some futuristic stuff to it, and it's really cool. So I'm really into that. But there's also that. It's hard to mix creativity with that because the stuff that is so book driven is just facts, and to throw creativity on top of that is something really cool. So I'm having a very good time reading this book.
Oh, I'm glad you are.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get through more.
No, good. And don't forget, Blood Feud is out there too.
The third one?
Yeah.
Oh, I looked. It wasn't on Amazon. I was going to order both of them.
It is.
Oh, maybe I just didn't know what to look for. I looked up your name and I looked up Dolphin Wars as well. And I only saw chapter or book 2.
Yeah. Type in Dolphin Wars Blood Feud. I think Legatus can get it out there for
Okay.
Let's go back to Legatus says the TIE D Defender, commonly known as TIE Defender or TD, was a high-performance TIE series starfighter developed for the Imperial Navy by Senar Fleet. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's some good, accurate Star Wars lore.
John Rendell asks, "What's your favorite music to listen while making models?"
YouTube streams.
YouTube. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've been out here many a time listening to this show and Just Cuz. I will listen to other rewinds and things, but just things from the background, not necessarily music. But if it were to be music, I would be listening to classic rock.
Okay.
The music is when I'm out here cleaning the garage or building something. That's when I turn on music and crack open a beer or two and get to work.
Okay. And this is an important question. Anybody who's had to deal with the USS Enterprise model kit, did you ever figure out how to prevent nacelle sagging on the old AMT USS Enterprise model kit? I never could conquer the group. Neither could I.
So are you talking the 650 scale one about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's one thing they did improve about it, because I haven't had that problem. But if someone's worried about droop, what I suggest is when you're putting those pieces together, make sure you do it before you paint it, because you should never glue two pieces of plastic together that have been painted. And sometimes people will do that, they'll spray paint the thing and then glue it together. But where the plastic joins, this glue, which is, cement, it's like welding cement, that actually melts the plastic and kind of makes it fuse together. So if you paint it first, what happens is that glue sticks to the paint and then it just peels right off of the model, and then you can get some sag and some droop. What you can do, you can use super glue, you can use the modeling glue, and I would just say use enough and just hold it for about 10 minutes. And that's how, like when I build the Enterprise kit, I hold the nacelle in there very steady and to the point where I start cramping. And then it sets, and I lay it down gently and just don't touch it for about a day and a half. So that's the only advice I could give to
All right. Okay. And of course, this will be coming up. But we got other questions. I have seen some modelers, when using older kits, replace the old lights, if they use lights, to more modern LED lights. Have you ever done so yourself?
No, I've never seen an older kit with old lights, but I would probably do the same thing. I would use modern lighting techniques. Yeah.
Admiral T does get the best pizza. Okay. And here it is. Drum roll. The question.
Favorite cookie.
What is your favorite
yes.
cookie?
I've been
the hard-hitting question.
Yeah.
He gave a lot of thought to this.
I did. I was hoping I would get it. And I was like, I get to join the cookie club. Hey, that's something you could do, a cookie club and document everyone's favorite cookie.
Ooh, yeah.
You have like a little board, like so-and-so thing. Their cookie was this.
Oh, man. Yes. I will have to do that.
So my favorite cookie, I like baking. I have a complex answer here. I love baking chocolate chip cookies. To me, there's nothing better than a little handful of raw chocolate chip cookie dough. And eating that first one out of each batch to test it is heaven. But favorite cookie are oatmeal scotchies.
Ooh.
And those are there's a recipe for them on the back of the Quaker Oats tube. Like the big tube of Quaker Oats. On the back of it is a recipe for oatmeal scotchies. And it's brown sugar, butter, oatmeal, and butterscotch chips.
Okay.
And you use a lot of butter. Butter is the binder in this. And
okay.
Oh man, do they come out good? No raisins.
And what is that again?
Oatmeal scotchies. And I'm pretty sure you can find the recipe online. SCOTCHIES. Yeah, Quaker Oats oatmeal scotchies.
Well, I have put you down as the first person on the favorite cookie list.
Yeah, what name did I come up with? The cookie. it was something like a cookie chart, or I came up with a snazzy name for it. What did I say?
Yeah. Well, when we got plenty of time, you can give it to me later.
Yeah.
I gotta actually move this to the end. Okay. So, okay, let's see. Now we're talking about cheesesteak. Okay.
Oh, it was a Philly cheesesteak for lunch. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've been here. We talk about food, and food is very important
Yeah.
to the pod. Oh, the Reliant.
Yeah, the Reliant. I love that kit. That one was a lot of fun to build. Unfortunately, it was before I started lighting anything. But this is a 537 scale, so it's pretty large. And I ordered aftermarket decal kits. So if you were to zoom in, you see the panel work on there. That's not paint. Those are pretty much the entire ship is covered in decals. But it's a really nice decal set, and it doesn't look like decals. It looks like it was painted on there. I've toyed with the idea of cracking this thing open and lighting it. I almost want to do it. So maybe we could pull the chat. Now, what if they think, should I crack open the model and light it?
Yeah. Yeah. Chat, please let us, if you've got.
It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to light lock it and everything, but.
Insert tab 8, slot B, get lunch, redo it, glue this time, get snacks.
Yeah.
And here we're talking about decals anyway. So do you use the kids' decals or do you paint them on yourselves?
Yeah, generally I do. I generally will use the kit decals, especially on the newer models. They're a better quality, printed with nice laser printers and everything. If I'm doing an old kit that's like the Cylon Raider that I have that's 30 years old, I probably won't use those decals because they've gotten crusty and old and will probably just disintegrate when I get them wet. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll take them upstairs and scan it, and then I will reprint them on some decal paper that I have. And you can get decal paper at like Hobby Lobby and stuff, and it works with an inkjet printer. So you can create your own decals pretty easily.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll order aftermarket decals too.
Yeah. Florida Poopers used to have a collection of the most poorly tuned WW2 aircraft ever. I went overboard painting exhaust stains on the cowlings. Oh.
That's a good point to make. So one thing I've learned is a lot when you're detailing something or weathering stuff like exhaust stains, less is more. And it's really easy to go overboard because you think, you're like, oh, this looks cool. If I do more of it, it will look cooler. Well, no, it's like alcohol. It's like, hey, 2 drinks is good. If I have 4, it'll be no, not always the case. So I always have to temper myself and say, okay, stop what you're doing. It looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Legata says, why sci-fi ship models and not say HO train models where you have to include the HO trains, train track scenery?
I just like sci-fi. I've always been so into Star Trek and imagine myself on those ships. So like when I'm building them, I'm doing make-believe. I'm pretending I'm the captain, I imagine the little people walking around in there. I'm sure that's the same for train builders and plane builders. I've done some military stuff too, but just sci-fi. That's where we are. Pop culture. That's what brought us all together here, I think.
John Rendell says, turning the dial too far to the left summons he who shall not be named. Yes, let's go. Let's move on. I only swore when I was building World War I biplanes, Goldern gobble-monging struts. Oh, those struts. I've never built a World War I.
I remember someone said I should try to build a model sailing ship, and I can imagine that would be the biplane struts times a million.
I knew somebody a few years back. He would take a small mini model and put them in bottles I don't know how he did it, but he did the bottle model thing, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have that much patience.
Since the wifey won't allow, okay, here's the answer. Since the wifey won't allow sci-fi ships in the house proper, using these Hallmark decorations as a way to sneak sci-fi ships into the house. So taking the sci-fi ornaments and moving them in to the house, and then they end up on the Christmas tree.
You know, I tried something like that. I had an old Laurel and Hardy set of Christmas decorations that my dad had, and I was told to take them away. So I don't think I would get. I don't think I'd get by with the Hallmark stuff.
Okay. Admiral Teague loves the 1701. Who doesn't?
Admiral.
Snorter Pooper says, "Nifty noodles. It's a good way to bridge the gap between the NX-01, NCC 1701, and later movie versions with all the lighting." Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the Enterprise that I lit that's not canon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. I know. I was of two minds when I did that. I'm like, I'm kind of violating canon. And I'm a Star Trek purist. I will not mention New Trek. I will never build one of those models, but I you know, I allow for a little artistic license. Let's say that.
Okay. Let's see. I'll bring this one up. Okay. Mainly because I like this one. Granted, TOS is always going to be great, but let's see.
Oh, the NX-01, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. That was hard to light. That's a very small ship. I have that powered by a 9-volt battery.
And it looks like you've got it battle damaged.
No, I just screwed up.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking on the front of it there?
Yeah, like right here. On the saucer section, this brownish stuff.
Yeah, that is where the light's leaking through. So if you zoom in on the and I lit this one way. I did this one before I started my channel. But if you zoom in on the saucer there, on the bottom, it looks like on the stripes part of the saucer.
Mm-hmm.
That is, right there. That's called a light leak, and I didn't get enough black paint in there to light block it. And then the part your mouse is hovering over is, I think I had to grind it down or something, and it yucked out on me. So,
Okay.
Or it might have been putty. I think I might have put putty there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's every model has some flaws to it.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, John, you know where you to go. What type of ships do Star Wars hippies fly? Tie-dye fighters. I know. Yeah. John Randall asks, do you use Salva set with decals?
I'm assuming you're talking about this stuff. Yes. Well, this is called micro set. I think it's the same thing. That stuff is pretty cool because it's basically vinegar. At least that one is, and it kind of lets the decal stick better to the plastic, and you get the air bubbles and everything, and you have less effect of what they call silvering, which is where you look at a model and you can tell it's a decal. It's like shiny, and that stuff helps kind of blend it in. It kind of makes it part of the plastic.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Snorter Pooper says AMT or somebody should come up with a good, affordable model of the TOS Enterprise that's accurate now that they have the restored original filming miniature and on display in the Smithsonian. True.
Yeah. Is anyone, you all know who Adam Savage is? the guy from the Mythbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel, and he did this awesome video where he went to the Smithsonian and was right there in front of the model, and he talked to the curators about it, and it's a fascinating video. You learn so much about it, and to watch Adam Savage totally geeking out for 30 minutes with this big grin on his face. I wish I could have been him, but like, I love that guy. He knows how to nerd. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Raymond, can you pop up that picture of your dolphin,
The ferret?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's bring back that.
That I have a question about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask, does this plane serve a porpoise?
Oh, I knew that was coming. I should have known that was coming. Yes, it's a defense suppression aircraft.
Okay.
I should have saw that coming.
So that's what do guests get put into on the kiddie table?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll make a thing for you. You are in the kiddie table. Enjoy the eclairs. Snort says, along that note, fighting ferret and the ground attack ferret.
Yeah.
The ground attack version, the peeing ferret. Oh, the pain. Okay, let's see. And there is the link to Blood Feud, the third book.
Oh, cool. Okay. Are you able to put that in the private chat so I can copy it after we're done?
Sure.
That's it.
Let's see.
I want to order it for sure.
Okay. Let's see. Don't think I can get it from the okay. There it is. Let's see, I'll put it in the private chat.
Oh, Gary Ambrose is here. Hi, Gary.
Yep. Hi, Gary. How you doing? Ah.
Doom
Oh,
Squirrel. Saber the Doom Squirrel. Hello.
Yes. Hello, Saber the Doom Squirrel. Okay. Yeah. You should be able to get it. That big old gobbledygook.
Cool.
Okay. Let's see. Let's keep going here. I gotta catch up on the okay.
Copied.
Okay. John Rendell says that black glue bottle resembles a devil ray. Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Steve Irwin? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
Yeah. I second the motion on Cookie Club. Okay, there it is.
Oh, Cookie Club. There it was. Yeah, that was.
Yes.
I knew I came up with.
Let me rename my thing to Cookie Club.
I really need to write stuff down. I come up with cool ideas and then I forget them. Like I hope I remember the little Christmas decoration thing. That just what an amazing. Whoever suggested that led me to that. Thank you.
And Sandra can bake a dozen of everybody's favorite cookie and send it to him. And I'll let myself out now. Lord, I think it's a good idea, but I don't know. We're going to have to do a lot of negotiation with Sandra's union. Your opinion on plastic model kits versus 3D models?
Oh man, I don't. They're cool. I don't really have a negative opinion on them. I guess my thing is I'm trying to avoid it because I know I would buy a printer and I would spend so much money on that. I think it's really cool. At first I was kind of against them because I'm like, hey, it's taking away from the hobby and it's going to put model AMT, people like that out of business. But then I thought more about it. And it's really neat that it builds a really good community. I've seen some people build. There's one of the channels I follow called Trekworks. He's kind of gone over from. He was one of the inspirations for my channel, and he's gone more to 3D printing. And I think it's cool now because there's people that are making models of or printouts of models that have never existed. Like he did a couple from the black hole. He did Bob, the beat up robot that was really cool. Mm-hmm. And he did Star, that the evil robot that Vincent battles, and they're super cool. And I was thinking, you know what? Yeah, the printing I can't go buy that. No, the AMT and people aren't going to make them just for me. You have to have a market for it. So I think it's great. I think it's expanding the hobby and it's building communities, and we're all kind of interconnected. So I support it.
Okay. All right.
Kind of want one though.
Yeah.
No, someone built. There's one place. Speaking of that, real quick. Sorry. There is a guy out there that is doing almost 1-to-1 scale 3D printouts of Nomad from
the Changeling.
The Changeling, yes. Oh. And the guy at Trekworks did one, and he put a soundboard in there and lights that flash when it talks. He goes, "I am Nomad," and it is awesome looking. And so and you could buy this kit too. So people will sell it, and it's like $700 or something.
Ouch!
But it's so cool. Like look up Nomad scale model. It's amazing. Oh, thanks, Snort. Yeah, those are the decals from the decal kit that came in. That took me about 4 days to do them. Again, that's like another thing where I did it in stretches because I found myself starting to rush, and I had to put it away and okay, no, let it go.
Yes,
don't rush.
Let it go. Have you ever taken several kits and created a unique ship using parts from various kits, or just as the kit is?
Yeah, so that's kind of like kit bashing. No, I've been kind of wanting to. I want to get into that a little bit more. I do have some ideas. I might have a secret project going on.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm not telling. I am not telling.
Raymond is one of 2 people that know what the secret project is.
Yes, and I'm not telling. Right. This must be the one you were talking about.
Yeah. So that's the Mavericks F-14. So that's one of the other military. The other military thing I've done was the Oriskany, and this was fun. I saw this at Hobby Lobby one day. I'm going to try to take a crack at a plane. So I think I did okay on it.
Yeah,
and I got some of the details with the airbrush in there and a little bit of the weathering. I didn't take too many angles of this, but I think in the next photo there's kind of a cockpit view. And this is a cool kit because the wings will expand.
Okay.
And 2 of the wheels fell off during my move, so I have to repair it.
Don't you hate moves?
Yeah, I can go a lot. I hate moving.
Well, I got to tell you a model horror story. I built, and again, admittedly, I was in the Air Force. I was in Italy, and I built a C-40, the D-Day aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
No paint, just a basic green model, etc. And I was getting ready to move, and one of the movers right in front of me took it to fit it in a box, went stamped the wings. I was in so much shock that I couldn't. And of course, they speak Italian, I speak English, so I knew I was. I should have called somebody and told them to stop. You're wrecking my stuff here. And send it to stop. You destroyed my airplane. But I didn't think about it. I was just way too much in shock. at the
Yeah.
goal.
You could have done what Dana Carvey did. Where he said when you go to Italy, you just throw a vowel at the end of the thing and cop an attitude. So he goes, and stop the moving.
Yeah.
And then they would get it.
Uh-huh.
Stop at the box.
There you go.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you see there, the decal started peeling off. Well, I'm getting a little bit of that silvering that I was talking about. If you zoom in, you can kind of see it pulling away. It might have been a little bit of dust and heat that got to it because it sat in one of those pods.
Yeah.
It sat in one of those for about 4 months. So but it turned out okay. This was a fun kit. You know, you get to see Maverick on there and Goose. Goose is dead. I thought about painting a little bit of blood on the canopy.
Oh, that's wrong.
Too soon.
That's too soon.
Put like a bone piece of skull in there.
Put the dent. Put the dent on the canopy.
Yeah, there you go. A little crack. I could
take care, killer. Take care of the killer rabbit. All right.
Killer rabbit needs to bounce or hop.
And hello, Gary Ambrosia. Hello.
I love that avatar.
Yeah, that's
the coolest thing.
Yeah. And hello, Saber the Doom Squirrel, who says the NX. Yep.
Yeah. Saber from Scotland.
Yeah. Let's see. John Randall says Solvaset and the one you use are great because it also makes the edges of decals less.
Yes.
Okay.
It almost melds them into the plastic. There's another piece to that. So that micro set is the first step, and then there's this stuff called micro sol that is you do afterward.
Okay. Let's see. I'm waiting. I'm trying to send an email of my other hero ship, and it's not seeming to work. I don't know why. All right, so I'm going to. Oh, I got to show this one. Oh, definitely got to show this one. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah, the basic TIE fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, with the beams coming out. How do you get those beams?
The kit comes with them. I just didn't put them in the Darth Vader one on this one. You just slide them in a hole and they pop in there.
And they'll light up. Or is this just the color?
No, I didn't like this kit, but they could. Like you could put an SMD in the back. SMD is a type of light, and you put that behind, and that would be cool to light up the cockpit. I've seen some people do the Bandai kits, but I'd have to watch some videos on how they do it because those model pieces fit together so tightly that I don't know where I would hide wires.
Oh, okay. And I like the stand. I like the stand. Death Star. It's a Death Star stand.
Yeah, the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter and the Darth Vader TIE Fighter that you see in the background come with their like little pieces of the Death Star. The A-Wing too comes with that.
Oh, okay. Other than Star Trek, Battlestar, Lost in Space, having you done the Eagle, Buck Rogers, what series ships would you like to do in the future?
So the answer is no. I've only done those 3 so far, and some. Well, I've done some Transformer stuff, but yeah, I think Space 1999 would be fun. Some Buck Rogers. There's a good amount of Space 1999 kits available, which would be cool. I wish they would make UFO.
Oh, I would love to have an interceptor.
Oh, wouldn't that be great with the big torpedo in the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, I that would be something cool that maybe the 3D modeling community can get going, because I know there's a cult following for that show.
Yeah, but I love UFO.
Yeah, it's great.
I would say I would enjoy. I like that.
That's just the belly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would like. I don't know. I would be torn because I think I'm a skydiver fan.
Oh yeah.
I prefer.
You want the submarine or just the plane?
Oh, both.
Both. Oh, cool.
and detach, and you've got the fighter going out after the UFO.
If they ever make that, I'll do a video series and I'll wear the fishnet uniform.
Oh,
that was the one thing that I love. That those uniforms are so cool.
yeah. I don't know how they were able to get away with those.
Yeah,
Especially in Britain. I saw the Adam Savage video on that. I'm still planning to raid the Smithsonian and bring the model home with me. He says Red Dwarf Starbug.
Do they make a kit for that?
Uh,
No, Red Dwarf that's the British show. It was kind of a comedy.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen clips and it looks very good.
Shawn is going to be the first panel member to be banished to the table. Yes. Yes.
I come up with a good pun now and then.
Uh-huh. Yep. And the kitty table waits.
Well, I was placing the slap shot table last week.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That was for the gasifier joke.
Yeah. Let's see. Hi, Anti-Derivative Jill. How are you tonight? Hey, Jill. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Let's see.
Jill had
Jack
a great
Rabbit
stream yesterday on what is it?
Return to Tomorrow.
Return to Tomorrow. Yeah, I was trying to remember the name.
Yeah, I didn't get this. I didn't get to hear it. I had to hear it on a rewatch. Jack Rabbit says, as a small rabbit, I had 3 airplane models and the Battlestar Galactica in my room. And then one day, when my brother was 3, he smashed them all when I was gone from the house. Model destruction. Yeah, just should be a crime. All the effort.
Sorry, go ahead. Stories like that make me glad I'm an only child because I didn't have a little brother to come in and go, "Hey, does it fly?" You know.
There was a TV show, the late night Saturday monster movies.
Mm-hmm.
We had a host. His name was the Ghoul, and on the commercial breaks, what he would do is he'd get this model kit, usually cars. Usually the cars with the rats, the rat monster cars, the hot rod type things, and he would put firecrackers in them.
Oh, cool!
And he would set them off, boom, to just saying it was awesome. But then he did it. He had some idiot sent him an Enterprise. He did not blow it up, but what he did is he dropped it and used the saucer section as a frisbee.
Oh,
and I said, "Oh, the horror!
That's sacrilege.
That is sacrilege.
Yeah,
that is sacrilege.
No.
Oh
No.
man!
No, you don't do that.
No, you do not. No, you do not. Let's see. And
when he dropped it, he say, "My God, Bones, what have I done?"
No, he did not. This was still during the 70s. He didn't do it during.
Okay, it wasn't.
It was before the movie came out.
Yeah, Star Trek 3 hadn't come out yet.
No. Okay.
Did what you always do: turn death into a fighting chance to live.
Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's the Galactica.
The reboot one.
This is the reboot one.
I like that design.
It's cool. I think they did really good to keep with the original thought of it. Although I mean, if I had to choose, I would pick the first one every time. But the new one is cool. I like that it's enclosed. There's no windows on it. It's very realistic. It's like if you were to think of if we were to build a ship like that, how would we? It would probably look something like that. No fancy windows with the look out at the stars. No, it would be an enclosed, sealed, and tough ship. And that's what I tried to go. I did a cool technique on this one, which is where you take. I spray painted the kit with a primer, and then I put like an aluminum paint on there, a steel, like kind of a shiny chrome look, and as the undercoat. And then what I did was you take some hairspray and you spray it on the model, and you get some salt, some just regular table salt. And while the hairspray is still wet on there, you sprinkle it on there. The salt lands on the model, and then what you do is you paint the overcoat on there.
Yeah.
And the salt, what that does is the salt blocks that new color from getting to the undercoat. And when it dries, you just take a toothbrush and some water and you scrub it off. And I don't know if you can tell, if you want to zoom in on here, you can see what I'm talking about. And when you brush it off, and you can kind of see this there's some flaking in there along the top right there. Yeah. And that's from the salt, because the little salt particles block the paint. And then when you scrub them off with some water, you get this neat little effect of like the paint was chipping off or weathered or something like that. And it's a really cool effect that I learned someone on YouTube. And you can do that with airplanes. Like if you're doing an airplane kit, you do the plane standing, up so the nose is on top. And you do that technique and you sprinkle the salt on the nose. And it simulates like where the nose would get the most damage from flying through the air with dust hitting it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a cool little technique.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Admiral Teague says, I want a Nomad liquor cabinet. Oh, that would be cool.
Yes.
That would be very cool.
Your drinks are uncoordinated.
The Jackrabbit says, it's been a while since I've watched Star Trek. I'll have to watch an episode or two tonight.
Oh, Jackrabbit, you should definitely check out Jill's stream for that. There's some really great conversation about those.
Yeah, definitely. She really does. Snort! Stop it! It's the secret project, a life-size version of Raina from Methuselah. Oh, snort!
No, it's Lenore Caridian.
Oh, yeah.
We could.
I have always fancied the gal from the Cloudminders. Ooh, Nelly.
Yeah,
The gal from
the Caridian's daughter was a pretty girl too.
Yeah. And hello, Phantom Outsider. How are you, sir? Okay.
Wait, I have to say this. The great Fanty Outsidey. I gotta do what Clobbering Times does.
Yes. Saber says, am I mistaken, or did I meet you in a show, Model Guy?
Yes, Saber. I think we were on Tony's stream. I believe might have been Tony Stark or Gil.
Okay.
Cardinal Sin. Yeah.
I live near a place where they have a Spitfire that's on display. Okay. All right. Let's see. Fanty says that's a one model of Tom Cruise in a plane. So true. Goose is cooked. Oh, all right, guys. The goose. One more goose joke is going to end up on the slapshot table. Oh dear. Just do a tomcat with the canopies open and the helmets resting on the frames. A goose's helmet with a big crack in it. Oh.
I guarantee someone's done that.
Oh, I'm sure somebody has. Let's see.
What's that thing with the rules 37 or whatever? Like, if you could imagine it, it's online somewhere.
Of course. The immutable laws. Question: do they make a model kit for Farscape?
Probably not. But again, that goes to the 3D modeling community. That's why I've changed my mind on that. I'm sure that someone out there has the 3D print files for it.
Yeah. Legata says he used to have the dinky toy with the shootable missile. So did I.
Oh, neat.
So did I, but I don't have it anymore. Remember, I was a teenager during UFO, so.
Did you watch it at the time?
Oh yeah, first run.
Oh, okay,
Well,
wow.
first run in America. Yes, I watched it the first time.
So, how disappointed were you when you found out it was just one season? Was it?
Oh, I was irritated.
Yeah.
And even the fact, even though I thought the modeling in Space 1999 was cool, I said, no.
Where's Straker?
Yeah, where's Straker? Where's Foster?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm still haven't finished the series. I've been watching it very slowly because I know that there's just one. So I'm just maybe once every couple of months I'll throw one on and then I'll watch the.
Yeah, we've just gotten a copy of the series, so we're gonna start watching it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on Prime, so I'm just slow burn on that.
It seems like Space Fighter Bondi has a UFO interceptor plastic model kit.
Oh, I will look that up.
Snort. Oh. I put a firecracker in a model of the Bismarck when the bird parents were away, took the model into the basement and lit the fuse, ran upstairs and waited. Took an hour to collect the pieces.
I followed Churchill's directive and sank the Bismarck.
And John Rendell did it. They did it with the model of the Hindenburg.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity. Yeah. Hey, you take care, Gary.
Bye, Gary. See you on the DC stream.
Yep.
You know, speaking of do we have time for me to relate a cool story?
Sure.
So that Bismarck comment made me think of when I built the Oriskany for my dad. I was talking to the owner of this model shop and they said, "Hey, what's the coolest ship build you've ever seen?" And he said there was a lady who came in and she bought like a wooden box about yay big, and she bought a model of the USS Arizona from Pearl Harbor. Okay. And she built the model in a destroyed form with the holes and the burn marks and this exactly. And then she put it in this box and filled it with resin, like it was sunk, and did it exactly so the mast was sticking out. She did it with the rust coming out, and she took it to a place for a thing. And she had done such a good job. There were survivors that saw it and started crying.
Oh,
yeah.
Did she actually put the memorial, the building on the top, or
no? I don't think so, because you wouldn't have been able to see the ship so well. But it was just the ship looking down.
Oh, she just did the ship. Wow.
Yeah, but like, because there's resin now you can get, and it looks so much like water. And she just
I've seen those.
Right.
I've seen those projects on Facebook that are just absolutely epic.
Yeah, these dioramas people do. I mean, I would love to do this. It just puts me to shame. I did a diorama for Tony Stark of a Transformer stuff, and it's nothing compared to what people out there can do.
Yeah, that. Oh, I'd like to see a video of that. I hope they got one out there. Okay.
I haven't looked. It was just a story I heard, but maybe.
Okay. Oh, this is absolutely. I am enjoying this. We're going to have you back because cool. I love seeing all your models, and I don't want to spoil everybody by showing these all. So I think at this point, you know what's coming up.
What?
You know what's coming up, Shawn. If you've been on this show.
No, I forget now. I'm scared.
Yeah, beware. Be very aware. Not that one. Gumby, stop it.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes with Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun, dun.
Done. Let's see. Well, thank you. Thank you, Herc 130.
Hey,
Two of
Herc.
my two of my favorites make one great show. Well, thank you.
Hail to the great Herc 130.
Yes, hail to the great Herc. Your models are absolutely amazing, Shawn. I am so glad. I am so glad you were able to come on. And like I said, we're going to have you back on. And I'll probably say that a few more times. So, but let us get to show notes, because it's almost time to wrap it up. And wrap it up. I'll take it. Wrap it up. I love the fabulous Thunderbirds. Okay. A week from tonight, we're going to have Scotty R37. He's going to talk to us about his channel and what all he does on YouTube to help out the community. And on the 27th, I'm going to try. I've done a book review before, but I'm going to try something. I'm going to review the Star Trek graphic novel Debt of Honor.
Oh,
yeah. I've got to figure out how it's on. I've got it on Kindle. I've just got to figure out how to do the screen grabs and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's showing my iPad to the camera. So I got to figure something out. Anybody who wants to help me figure this out, DM me, because I do want to review this book, because I think it's a great comic book. I actually consider it a sort of sequel to Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home.
Oh. I know of this story. It was a book, right? Like it was a regular.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel.
Oh, graphic novel. Okay. Well, it was never a full-fledged book?
No.
Okay.
It was a graphic novel. And it brings back, well, I'm not going to spoil it right now. We'll go into it when we do the review. And on October 4th, Christina Hoffman hopefully will be coming on to show her new book. And I forgot what the title is, but we'll bring that out as we get closer to it. So yes, she will be bringing. We'll be doing a book release. I love book releases. They're so much fun. So that, and of course, just because every Saturday, unless I'm on an away mission, but I think my away missions are done. Until October. October, I've got one away mission. So, but I will let you know before we do a Sunday show. So that is show notes.
This segment is brought to you by thedolphinboys.com. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes with Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun.
Dun. Jill says there's a desktop version of Kindle. You could screen share that. Oh, cool. My question is, I had a
feeling Jill was going to come up with a solution.
Yeah, but my question is, Jill, is it going to? Okay, so I'd have to download the Kindle desktop and hopefully and pray that they've already got my books in there, still held, so I can do screenshots. Please DM me and give me some more insights. But yeah. Okay, so that is again awesome, Shawn. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. I had a great time. I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, I feel like I've made it. Like I'm being asked to come in and talk about this stuff, and so I had a great time.
Well, I'm glad you did. Let's see. Okay. Snorto Poopa says, Take care, every human, dolphin, dog, hedgehog, ferret, rabbit, and bandicoot. All right. And Phantom Outsider says, sounds like a job for an evil genius. Where is fit for hire? But sounds like jail. And Kindle connects with some comic app to be readable. Forget what it's called. Well, I've got 3 weeks to figure it out. So I'll figure it out. So, but if you can give me some more insights, Jill, I would be greatly appreciative. Let's see. Shawn Carter, next secret project. Mass-produced life-size working versions of the Julie Newmar androids from My Living Doll. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Well, who is Julie Newmar again? Was
Catwoman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
That would be perfect.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So I'd like to thank Admiral Teague for being here. I'd like to thank Gary Ambrosia for being here. GS, thank you very much. Herc 130, thank you for being here. Jack Rabbit, Private Eye. Looking for the case of the missing carrot. We had Carla Burton. We had the Keeler Rabbit from space. We had Matt G. We had Phantom Outsider. We had Saber the Doom Squirrel. Our chatters were here. It was a 1966 TV show, 10 episodes. Okay. Now, before we go, I know we would, let's see. I think we just need to show one more picture. Let's see. Naturally, I close it. I'm going to show one more very cool model. I didn't want to because I want to save these for another episode.
I'll have more.
Yeah, I think these are so cool. All right, guys, we will do one more showing here. Oh.
This was a failed lighting attempt, but it was cool.
All right, but here is one more. I like this one, but that's K7. Yeah,
that one was hard. So if I may, I just a real quick thing on my channel. There was someone had made a comment about it was a critical comment, and at first it really made me kind of go, like you don't like to hear criticism, and who does, But and he was saying that basically like my seam work wasn't good. Like you could see where the pieces are coming together, the lines and everything. And of course that person was right. And so I took that to heart, and I let the little, let my butt hurt feelings go away. And I said, you know what? Hey, thanks for the feedback. And that's when I came across this model. And this one, if you were to zoom in or there's another picture, I think I did really, really good on the seam work. You cannot see where these pieces come together. Especially like those tubes and this saucer. This is what the saucer thing that you're looking at is 2 pieces like put together. So you'd be hard pressed to find where the seam is. And the same with the tubes that come out. There are 2 pieces of piping, and I really sanded them. I spent so much time. So I don't know if that person's out there right now, but if you are, I thank you for the critical comment. And I really took that to heart. So I think it improved me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Figure snort. Does the K7 come with scale triple models?
You got to cut little pieces of Q-tip.
And there's Shawn Carter's YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe him. And also, please like and subscribe to this channel so I can keep bringing wonderful people like him out. And we can talk about the things that make us enjoy enjoy our hobbies and our likes and creations. So please, and don't forget, there's going to be there's pop culture breakdown tonight. So make sure you put down that you're coming in as a pod raid. Mm-hmm. I would appreciate that. So, all right, Shawn, I am glad you came. Oh,
thank you so much.
No, wait. Oh my goodness, I was going to forget I can't forget my team. I can't forget Team King Dolphin TV. Sandra, my amazing producer, and she put pop culture breakdowns thing out there. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Sandra. My better half, words fail me when I talk about Sandra. So I love you, honey. We had Anti-Derivative Jill. Thank you, Jill. Don't forget to check out her channel and her wonderful reviews. We had Fet for Hire. You know what he does. He came in for a drive-by. So he's here with Spirit. And don't forget, you know what he does. We had Fez for Hire, John Rendell. Great questions. How to make a model tribble. Take one jelly donut and roll it over I'd like to see you try, and I'd like to see the result, John.
You can also roll it over my bedspread and pick up all the dog hair.
The first one, the last out. The first one, the last out. Legatus, Legion I. Thank you for your outstanding questions, hard-hitting questions, and it was great to. It's always great when you're on and everything you do. We had the Pudgy Hedgehog with the great questions that he had, the hard-hitting questions. We had Stark of Iron. Thank you for being here.
Everyone subbed to Tony and Admiral Tig and Jill and I think Phantom and Fet. Everyone's got a channel and everyone's subbed to all of them, please.
Yes, please. We are all hideously undersubscribed. And of course, we've got the hardest working bear in the internet and the universe. Seals, beware of StartupPoopers.com. Great show. I want a bear model. Gotta love Mini Snort. You just have to. So that is the show tonight. I am glad you all were here. We will see you. Legata says when finally had an interview with the very shy author of the Dolphin Wars. When are we going to get an interview with the famous Sandra Feliciano? Jack Rabbit says, great episode, guys, and great chat as always. Thank you. And I hate these things. .com. So, guys, we will see you Saturday. Look forward to having fun on Just Cuz. Shawn, I know you'll be there, or at least be popping in.
I'll be lurking as I can.
Yep, and continue doing your hobby building, and we will be continuing to bring interviews. And everybody, you be safe, be happy, and let's make some waves.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you guys.
This segment is brought to you by the DolphinBoys.com.